Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Friday, the 26th of May, 2023. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1. The S&P ASX 200 finished the day up 0.2% to 7,155 points. It could have been much worse, but for the rally in tech stocks, which began overnight on Wall Street when chip maker Nvidia, which is now the 5th largest company on the New York Stock Exchange, worth about $940 billion, rallied 27% after smashing revenue forecasts. That bled into the local tech stocks, with WiseTech Global up another 1.6%, and NextDC, the tech infrastructure group, rising nearly 4%. Artificial intelligence group BrainChip Holdings, great name, and tech networking group Megaport were the best on the day, among the top 200 at least, both rising 5.6%. Outside the tech sector, it's been a pretty rough day and a pretty rough week, really. The fall for the week was 1.7%, and nearly 5 months into the year, the ASX S&P 200 is trading 1.7% higher than where it started. Today, the banks mostly ended in positive territory. The big miners outperformed as the price of iron ore rose. Fortescue Metals closed up more than 3%, while Rio was up 2.2%, and BHP closed 1.4% higher. Worse than the day was Fisher & Paykel Healthcare. It fell 5% after it outlined a 34% drop in net profit for the full year to the end of March. Now, this is an organisation that benefited from strong demand for its products during COVID, and Chief Executive Officer Lewis Gordon said things were now almost back to normal. Story number 2, retail sales across the country were flat last month, which was a lower outcome than economists expected. Retail spending has slowed considerably during recent months. In fact, annual growth in spending was 4.2% to the end of April. That's down from 19% in the 12 months to the end of August last year. And these are nominal numbers. In real terms, taking inflation into account, retail spending is going backwards. Spending on household goods, eating out and food were all lower, but the cooler weather helped clothing, footwear and personal accessories and department store spending. It's pretty clear higher interest rates, inflation and other cost of living factors are weighing on consumers. Story number 3, funeral homes business InvoCare, which is currently under takeover offer from private equity group TPG, says it's experienced a positive start to the year. While Australia's largest funeral companies saw a decline in deaths compared to the same period last year, the mortality rate was tracking back to long-term trends. InvoCare also saw double-digit year-on-year declines in burial and cremation volumes. However, things have picked up. For InvoCare at least, not sure about the clients. On TPG's revised condition offer of $13 a share, Chair Bart Vogel said the private equity firm had this week started due diligence on an exclusive basis for the company that expires in 5 weeks. Story number 4, Latitude's share price fell 5% today after it cut its profit guidance for the half and full years and scrapped its interim dividend. The cause was lower income and higher credit losses in the aftermath of a cyber attack on the company back in March. New account originations and collections were pretty much closed for about 5 weeks after that attack. At the other end of the spectrum today was biotech Mesoblast. Its share price rose 4% after it said it had reduced losses during the March quarter. And finally, story number 5, there was some good news out of the US this morning, with President Joe Biden and top congressional Republican Kevin McCarthy appearing close to a deal to cut spending and raise the government's debt ceiling. The deal would specify the total amount the government could spend on discretionary programs like housing and education, according to Reuters, but not break that down into individual categories. The two sides are just $70 billion apart on a total figure that would be well over $1 trillion. That's it for the afternoon report for Friday, the 26th of May, 2023. Adam Lang, Michael Thompson and I will be back tomorrow morning with the weekend edition of Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.